Hello, and welcome to Confessions of a Terrible Leader, where real leaders share the raw truth about the lessons they learned the hard way, so you don't have to. Join our host, Layci Nelson, founder of Transcend Leadership Collective and former terrible leader. Every leader can become worthy of being followed if they are willing to put in the work. On this podcast, we share the messy stories and behind-the-scenes reality of what the work actually entails. We welcome you to this community of revolutionary leaders who believe honest communication, healthy conflict, and building cultures of acceptance, respect, and trust are not only possible, but non-negotiable for cultivating world-class teams.
Welcome back to Confessions of a Terrible Leader. I'm your host, Layci Nelson, former terrible leader. This is it, the last wrap up of our series on emerging leaders. How do you make sure you're getting a solid investment if you are working with an organization that's working with your leaders, your emerging leaders, and or if you're mentoring them, what do you need to make sure that you are hitting on in that mentorship? So this is the last episode in this series. And if you haven't listened to the rest of them, make sure that you do. We are going to talk about today, what do you look for in an emerging leader? How do you identify an emerging leader in your organization? I want to start off with saying what we see commonly and is actually the last thing you need to be looking for in a leader is extreme technical competence equals a promotion. If it is a skill that someone is really good at and they are just absolutely amazing, whether it's in manufacturing on a role on the floor or software programming, computer programming, whether it is in almost any industry where someone has been selected for a promotion because they're so good at the skill, that is the wrong way to go about it. That is not actually who you want in a seat of leadership, is not someone who's promoted primarily because of their technical skill. So what do you look for? Technical skills are important. They need to know how to do the job, but they don't need to be the best at it. That's actually not the most important thing when it comes to leading a team. Because as you transition into leadership, your job no longer becomes primarily about being able to deliver on that skill. It becomes about having the capacity to enable, empower a team to deliver a product, meet a deadline, finish a project. And that is a very different skill set than a technical skill set. So what do you look for? How do you know that this is a leader that you think you could probably invest in, an emerging leader that you want to invest in, your time, your resources? What do you look for? I'm going to hit it right now. The key elements. Number one, they are the people that do their part to actually make a work environment that people want to be in. Do they make others feel welcome? Do they make it a warm environment? Do they do their part to make it feel like a good place to work? You want them to be people that are fostering connection. They don't have to be the most outgoing. In fact, they can be quiet and reserved. But are they fostering connection? Are they asking people about themselves? Are they looking for opportunities to cheer others on? Are they able to stay out of the office politics and the drama? Like they're just not interested in that. That should pique your awareness. If they have those skills, if they're not politicking, if they're not doing the drama and they're fostering connection, they're making it's just a better day when they're there. They bring this element, this vibe to the workplace that makes it feel good to be there. That's something you want to look for. They're doing their part to make the work environment feel good. Number one. Number two. They often are offering fresh perspectives on old challenges, or they're coming up with great innovations. Creativity and the ability to communicate an idea is an essential component for leadership. You want to be looking for the people that are coming up with ideas, that are bringing alternatives to the table, that are always like, hey, have you thought about this? Or I was wondering, would this work? Depending on your personality, some of us might find that exhausting, but it's a beautiful trait in an emerging leader. You want that. You want to invite that. You want to see that in them. That is a key skill for someone that is going to be leading a team, is having the ability to look for alternative ways to do things, especially if they are examining the old ways and going, is this still the best way? When done with wisdom and discernment, I mean, that's a great skill. You want them to have that innovative skill. Okay, third thing you look for. Is this an emerging leader potentially on my hands here? They have a growth mindset. They have a lifelong commitment to learning, and they take criticism, positive, constructive criticism well, because they see it as an opportunity to grow. So they are taking accountability also for things that go right and things that go wrong. If they have a growth mindset, they're actually eager to take accountability. They're eager to learn. They always are looking for the opportunity to grow as a human being as well as in their position. So that growth mindset is critical, really important component. Number 4, they're a team player. So not only just they make people feel welcome, they build connection, but they're a team player. And what does that look like at work? That looks like inspiring people's engagement, asking others what their ideas are, offering to help within reason. Offering to help, this is important, but not being a martyr about it, right? A team player isn't the person that is like, I guess I'll do it because no one else will. I'll just pick up the slack and then everyone pays the price for it, right? Because they emotionally are then just painting themselves out to be the victim in the situation. That is not what you want to look for. You want someone who knows their boundaries, knows when they have bandwidth, knows when they have some capacity that they can share, and they offer to step in and help. And they also know when they shouldn't be. If someone has that skill, if they're like, I want to help you, but my plate is too full, and other times they're like, actually, I have the capacity to do that, that is a killer skill. Excellent for team player. Also, are they giving the credit away? Are they taking credit for all the work, or are they quick to point to everyone else who made the work possible when they're getting praise? And are they taking and accepting responsibility when things go south? So those are traits to look for in people that you are going to want to invest into their leadership development, the time, the money, the resources of mentoring. It is significant. So let's make sure it's worth it. The 5th thing that you want to look for, and the final thing that you want to look for as you are identifying the emerging leaders in your workplace, are they taking initiative to understand the industry that you're in? So what I mean by that is, are they actually on their own seeking out publications, newsletters, conferences, understanding the broader scope of what the industry is and how it is connected to the work? Are they reading professional publications? Are they taking initiative to be part of professional groups? Are they doing any development, professional development on their own outside of work? Not that I want to make sure we should all be paying for our people to have professional development opportunities, number 1. But sometimes you'll have that go-getter, their allotment for the year was already spent, and they're like, well, I just really want to do it, so I just did it. So those things point to initiative. I want to be careful because not everyone's going to have the resources to just go after it no matter how much they want it. So I wouldn't weight that extremely heavily, but definitely like the no cost stuff, the newsletters, the publications, the associations that they can be affiliated with through work. Are they showing that they are really seeking to understand the industry, understand the market, understand the larger 30,000 foot stuff that you're thinking about all the time for how you're developing strategy? If they're seeking learning in that, huge arrow, just like flashing arrow pointing to potential emerging leaders. So there you have it. The 5 things you want to look for to identify emerging leaders. I'm just going to wrap it all up, put a little bow on it. Number 1, are they doing their part to make the work environment feel good for people to be in? Are they a connector? Are they making it feel good for people to be there? Number 2, are they innovators? Are they offering a fresh perspective on how to look at things? Are they offering a different viewpoint and able to clearly articulate what that is? Number 3, they have a growth mindset. They're always looking for ways to grow personally, professionally. Process improvement is just ingrained in them. It's just a natural part of who they are, or they're working on learning it. The growth mindset, is that there? And then also big sign of growth mindset is taking accountability when things don't go right. Are they a good team player? So are they able to actually engage, motivate, inspire, and also have an awareness of their own capacity and bandwidth for help so that they're not taking on too much? Are they showing that wisdom and discernment on how to do that? And are they also, when they are helping, are they taking a martyr stance? Or are they like, no, I know my boundaries. I can actually help right now. So there you have it. That's number 4. Number 5, you want to look for people that are engaged in understanding the industry that you're in. Are they looking at the publications? Are they part of the professional groups? Are they reading the articles that come out? Are they following new information and studies as they drop? If they are doing those things, taking that initiative, that's a huge, huge positive. So there they are, the 5 things to look for in emerging leaders that you want to invest in. I hope this series has been enlightening, that you learned something new, that you feel inspired, that you feel engaged and motivated, ready to really lift that next generation of leadership up and help them reach their next levels personally, professionally, and now you have some concrete ways to do that. So until next time, my friends, go manage like a leader.
Thanks for being part of this community of revolutionary leaders who believe honest communication, healthy conflict, and building cultures of acceptance, respect, and trust are not only possible, but non-negotiable for cultivating world-class teams. If you are in the early stages of leadership, or you are currently in a leadership position and are supervising rising leaders within your organization, you are going to want to learn more about our virtual live community created specifically for emerging leaders. Our first virtual cohort begins on April 2nd, and remember, this is a live virtual community, so you can sign up from anywhere. You will be connecting with other heart-first, leadership-minded individuals and learning together. Sign up for our free newsletter, the link is in the show notes, to be the first to know when registration goes live and receive first access. Confessions of a Terrible Leader is hosted by Layci Nelson and produced by Mary Scott. Music is by Leif Olson and Mary Scott from the band The Number of Months. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, go manage like a leader.